Okay. I want to talk about something that kind of an admission, but also kind of a point to it, and that's my view on political correctness. Sometimes I just have to make a video because I need the space to talk about something that I just can't do in a text reply. And I was talking to Karen, this one hot ass girl. That's her video name. And the thing is that we're talking about, she asked me, she goes, why is it wrong for black slaves to rebel by taking a needle and sticking it in a baby's head to kill it when they're being forced to put their own child, the white child, in front of their own child who's starving or not, or so. They're being forced to friggin' breastfeed a child while their own child starves. You know? And I tried to leave a text message, but there's only 500 spaces, you know? It's like there's only 10 minutes in this video if you're a non-partner. And, okay, there. And, and it's like, no, I just had to turn on the camera and talk about this because she started getting upset about it. And it's like, that got me a little upset because then I started thinking, well, that's actually a pretty good question. I hope this isn't a video that gets flagged. I don't know how to put the freaking warnings up and everything, but hey, I want to talk about it. Why do we bomb Arabs? Is there a justification in that? Of a small fringe group, that may have some national support among the country, and fosters anti-Americanism, but is mostly just an impoverished nation. Is that justified? I'm Republican. I'm an atheist, but I'm actually a cultural conservative. And, and my views are, well, I'm right there with McCain, even though I voted for Obama, and that's bomb Iran, and, there's another situation, you know what I mean? Wouldn't have the friggin' protest rallies, or freedom rallies. How's that going now? Are they all shot, or did they win, or did everybody just go home? You haven't heard anything about it lately. But this issue of slavery, I have had an issue with political correctness. I developed one because I really became conservative around the Gulf War, and and then I started understanding politics more, and that's when I became a conservative. Well, and when 9/11 happened, it wasn't, and I was, it was good to be in America again. Yellow ribbons on trees, flags flying, people having right values for once. None of this liberal bullshit, this pandering, race, frigging gender issue, friggin' lesbianism. Who needs these feminazis? And then, and then here comes the protesters, and there's a point why I'm bringing up protesters and liberalism and 9/11 and race, because it's a matter of perspective. You know, pretty soon people started talking about the 14 points of fascist America. Oh, by the way, that's why I wear black in my videos and call myself Republican sometimes, because it's easy to slip down that slippery slope. You know? It's easy to lose sight of values and to not demonize someone else. But I will not bleed for the enemy. But then again, who is the enemy? You know? And this is another situation of that, you know, we don't talk about our war with the British since World War II and we became friends with them. But hasn't anybody ever felt just a little tinge sometimes when some of the anti-Americanism creeps in? Unless you're one of those people that freaking gravitates to that kind of thing and goes, you know, sort of sees it as freaking nouveau to freaking be, you know, an American basher, you know, which is freaking the whole freaking political left landscape, you know. But then again, you know, I'm not a Crawford good old boy either, or freaking live in a flyover nation or filthy rich. You know what I mean? So, I don't know if we can equate all that. And the point was, when we're talking about slavery, is that I was trying to say that when you see some things, we're seeing it through the lens of history. We're seeing this in light of not just a white dominant culture, but a politically correct dominant culture. We see things through the eyes of a civil rights era. You know, I was born in 67. I've never experienced a pre-civil rights mentality personally. Although I did go back to Iowa and get kind of a view of it, and I was very shocked. You know, I was shocked when I walked down the street and there was this little Asian kid. And I was going to ask him something and directed to a store, and he kept avoiding me and looking straight. I'm in California, you know, I'm like, hey, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know, and he's like, you know, I'm like, kid, I'm not doing anything, I'm just asking you. He couldn't break out of it. I don't know who friggin' got to him or what, or, you know, oh, I got a pretty good idea, you know. Someone told him to walk the friggin' line, you know. And it's like, that was a shock to me, you know. I was friggin' used to I lived in a minority area my whole life, you know, where blacks walked around and, you know, occasionally when they felt like it, they walked up to you and you know, decided that you were too white to be white, you know. And the same thing with Hispanics, you know. I mean, in my area, minorities rule, you know. I thought it was that way across the whole United States. What the hell is this white dominant culture bullshit? You know, you got blue eyes, you're a fucking mark. You know, apparently it wasn't so. In the majority of America, I was just shocked. I'm like, you know, oh, you mean white people are free? You know? Whoa, you know, I don't know what to say. So when I hear about stuff like this, I saw her kind of flipping, you know, and it's like, wait a minute, you're flipping about, you know, talking about killing white babies, and you're getting all justified? And, you know, I can feel the temperature starting to rise. I can feel the heat, but then I'm like, oh, no way in hell I agree with you. But at least I'm to a point now where I kind of understand what you're saying. Don't agree, but, you know, I get it. And I don't. That's what I'm saying.